Hello and welcome back. Today I want to explore a topic that's both fascinating and surprisingly practical: the matrix within. I know, when you hear matrix, you might think of sci-fi movies or wild conspiracy theories. But what if I told you there's a version of the matrix that operates quietly inside us every single day? It runs in the background, it shapes the way we think, feel, and even what we believe is possible. And the wild thing, it's not some external force, it's actually our own brainwaves. So what do I mean by the matrix within? Think of it as the set of invisible patterns that keep us in our comfort zones, living on autopilot, repeating routines and rarely stopping to question the script we're following. It's not all bad. Routines can help us get things done and to manage the complexity of daily life. But when these patterns become rigid, we can start to feel stuck, like life is happening to us and not through us. The matrix isn't just out there in society, it's also hardwired into our brains, and understanding how our brainwave states work is a powerful way to begin to notice and gently step out of these patterns. So let's get a little bit more imaginative. What if just beneath our thoughts and routines there's an energetic layer, a kind of shiny reflective surface inside us? I'm not saying this is literally real, but sometimes it feels like there's something in us that bounces back certain experiences or even distorts what we perceive. Picture it. This surface is always looking for emotional reactions. When something hits it, an angry comment, a joyful moment, a surge of fear, it reflects that energy back. Sometimes it even amplifies it. It's subtle, but you might notice when you're triggered, it's not just a thought. It's almost a ripple across this inner surface. And the stronger the emotion, the more distorted everything can seem. So here's the wild part. This perception shaper is, in a way, choosing what gets through to us and what gets blocked. It's a filter that's always tuning our reality, not just on a mental level, but on an energetic, felt sense level. You'll have heard about the red pill and the blue pill, the classic choice from the Matrix. The red pill is supposed to wake you up to the truth, while the blue pill keeps you comfortable in the familiar. And most of us are taught it's either one or the other, red or blue. But what if there's a third option? We'll call it the silver pill. The silver pill isn't about escaping or staying asleep. It's about noticing the shiny, reflective surface inside us, the part that shapes what we see, hear and feel, almost like an energetic mirror. When you take the silver pill, you're not just looking for truth out there. You're becoming aware of the perception shaper itself, the surface that's always scanning for emotional charge, reflecting back certain energies, sometimes even magnifying them. Suddenly the question changes. It's not just, am I awake or asleep? It's, what's the quality of this inner surface right now? Is it amplifying stress? Is it reflecting calm? Is it distorting things with an old emotional pattern? And here's the wild part. The more you notice the surface, the more you can soften it. You become less reactive, more open, and you start to see through the matrix within, not by force, but by awareness. So, when we talk about shifting brainwave states from beta to alpha or theta, we're not just relaxing our minds, we're softening this inner surface. It becomes less reactive, more absorbent. And suddenly, new kinds of experiences can reach us, creative ideas, deep calm, even moments of insight that feel like they come from beyond our usual thinking. So let's break down brainwaves in a way that's simple and useful. Our brains are always sending out electrical signals, brainwaves. These waves change depending on what we're doing, how we're feeling, and even what we're thinking about. Beta brainwaves. These are our busy waves. You're in beta when you're focused, alert, solving problems, or just going through your to-do list. And most of us spend the bulk of our day here. Alpha brainwaves. Alpha is slower. This is your relaxed but awake state. Think of that feeling when you're out for a walk, listening to music, or letting your mind wander. Theta brainwaves. Even slower. Theta is the state right before you fall asleep, or during deep meditation or hypnosis, or when you're fully daydreaming. It's where creativity and intuition often arise. There are also other brainwaves, gamma, delta, but for today we'll focus on these three. Here's where it gets interesting. Imagine your brain as a radio that's mostly tuned to the same channel, beta brainwaves. This channel is all about thinking, planning, worrying about tomorrow, or going over the past. It's the voice in your head that says, "What's next? Did I forget something? Gotta hurry up." Sound familiar? Most of us spend most of our time in this state. Moving from task to task, we don't even pause to breathe. We don't reflect or even notice how we feel. Why does this matter? Because life in constant beta can feel shallow, rushed, and stressful. We miss out on deeper connections, creative insights, and the simple joy of being present. This is the matrix within, the internal system that keeps us looping in the same thoughts and habits. Here's a wild insight. The more time we spend in beta, the easier it is for the outside world, the external matrix, to influence us. Social media, advertising, constant news cycles are designed to grab our attention and keep us in a reactive, distracted state. When we're stuck in beta, we react impulsively. We click, we buy, we argue, we scroll endlessly. It's not conspiracy, it's just how our brains work. But if we recognize this, it's the first step to reclaiming our awareness. So how do we step out of this matrix within? We learn to access other brain states, especially alpha and theta. Alpha brings relaxation, creativity, a sense of flow, that feeling when time seems to slow down and you're fully absorbed in what you're doing. Theta is even deeper, a gateway to intuition, insight, and those aha moments that seem to come out of nowhere. The more we practice shifting into these states, the more conscious, creative, and alive we feel. Let's try something right now. Just pause for a moment, and if you're comfortable, close your eyes or just soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in and out, and notice what's happening in your mind. Are you thinking about what's next, planning, judging? That's beta. Now take a few slower breaths. Imagine your thoughts are like clouds just drifting by. Feel your body relax. Maybe your shoulders drop, your jaw unclenches. Notice how even for a few seconds, your mind quiets. That's a glimpse of alpha, or maybe even theta. And you can do this any time before a meeting, when you're stuck in traffic, or just when you notice you're on autopilot. So, the matrix within isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. It's right here in our own minds and bodies. And by understanding and paying attention to our brainwave states, we start to wake up to a deeper, more present way of living. Try this practice for a few times this week and see what you notice. If you found this helpful, or if you have questions about brainwaves, give me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for hanging out today, and remember, waking up is an inside job. See you next time.